Why did Latin die out as a language after the fall of the Roman Empire, but English, Spanish, French, and Portuguese persisted in all of their colonies after their disappearance from them? You could say that, you know what? Why did Sanskrit die out in India? But Hindi, Marathi, Punjabi, Bengali, Gujarati, Assamese, all these languages, why do they still continue? The fact is, all the languages that I just mentioned here, Hindi, Marathi, Punjabi, etc., these are all languages that are daughter languages of Sanskrit. They evolved out of Sanskrit. Similarly, you have something called the Romance. Excuse me. Give me a second. You have something called the Romance languages. Okay, let's list them. Romance languages. So, which are these? Spanish, Portuguese, French, Italian, Roman. You also have Catalan, Romansh, Sardinian. All these languages still exist. And these Romance languages, they evolved from Latin. Vulgar Latin is the everyday spoken language of the Roman Empire. Languages evolve. So English persists, but the English that is spoken today, it's not the English that was spoken 500 years ago. Okay? The English that was spoken in England in 1000 AD, if you were to read that, you would not recognize a word of it. The English that was spoken in about 1500 AD, maybe some of it may make sense. The English from 1700 AD, a lot of it will make sense, but it will still sound quaint and different. Languages evolve. So out of old Latin, vulgar Latin, which is the common language, which was the common language of the everyday language of the people of Italy, of the Roman Empire, that language even eventually evolved into other languages, such as Portuguese, French, Catalan, Spanish, and so on and so forth. Right? So languages evolve. Just like Sanskrit never really died, it still lives in various forms from the perspective of vocabulary and grammar in its daughter languages. Similarly, Latin still lives in the same way in its daughter languages like French and Spanish and Italian and so on and so forth. Right? It wasn't a disappearance. It was simply evolution of the language. And because Latin was spoken in various parts of the Roman Empire, and then the Roman Empire disintegrated, then these other various regions, the languages evolved differently in these regions over the centuries. That's why you have French that is different from Italian, which is different from Spanish. But if you know French, you can kind of understand a lot of Italian and Spanish.